Oshkosh Beer Blog.
I'm Adam from McKnight and Carlson Wines, and today we've got Kyle Nichol, sous chef of Gardina's Wine Bar and Cafe in Oshkosh with us.
And so the reason Kyle's here with us is you have a beer dinner coming up on October 20th.
Yes, O'so Beer Dinner.
And Kyle's going to be putting that all together.
He's doing the food and beer pairing this time around.
Okay, so this is an interesting situation because Kyle also has an allergy to beer.
Yeah.
But there's one beer you can drink that
it's my go-to, Schlitz.
that gets you over the hump. So we'll get into the O'so beers and all the O'so stuff, but we're going to start with the original formula.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Good,
cheers. Good morning.
good breakfast beer.
Oh, we just take this right from the tit? We don't even
Why
do
not?
Oh, come on. I
Why
got this
not?
fancy Schlitz
Okay,
glasses
all right.
here.
Well,
I never thought we'd be pouring Schlitz on your end. This is something.
we've poured worse.
We have poured worse.
As long as it's not Schlitz from 1940, I'm fine.
So this is the recipe they came out with in 2007, which is supposedly their 1960s original formula,
So back to the original.
which is bullshit. It's not, because they use, in this beer now they're using Cascade, Wilmette, and Mount Hood hops, and none of those hops even were commercially available in the
How
60s.
much Cascade did they use in this? Can't be much.
A whisper.
Yeah.
They walk a bag of Cascade around the brew pot.
So, this is nice.
It's not bad.
No.
I mean,
It's a little hollow, but
Yeah, and you can get a little bit of that corn, I think,
yeah.
or that sweet. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's actually corn, if it's just a sweet kind of aroma.
Yeah, well, I always get a little bit of a creaminess from this beer.
Yeah.
But
No, as far as macros go, I think this
that's
is right
yeah.
up there. You
Yep.
know?
And of course, Obio's is never out of Schlitz. That's
Except when
that's
they
well
are.
known, except for when they are. But this is one that won't kill Kyle, and
So, Kyle, how did you discover that this one didn't kill you, where other ones?
Well, we got 12 taps put on like 2 years ago, and during all this, I was discovering all these awesome IPAs and such. And then one day I had one, broke out in hives, and I'm like, all right, I need something more simple that we have. And it's like we have High Life or Schlitz. I'm like, I'll give Schlitz a shot. I always thought it was kind of bad because like you hear you kind of hear like, oh yeah, drink that, you'll get the Schlitz, or
It's got
we're
that
gonna-
name.
We're gonna go out and get Schlitz tonight, and I'm like, oh man, it's got to be awful. But I had one after a Friday night, and I'm like, wow, this is great.
So does cider,
Cider doesn't affect me.
but you just keep going back to beer.
I love beer. It's like it's hard to find something as
This is
refreshing
tough.
after a long day. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
difficult.
well, in a little bit, we're going to force Kyle to get outside of his health comfort zone and make him drink some real beer. So.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Okay.
Not that this was terrible. I mean, it's Schlitz.
Okay, so just quickly, I'm going to go over the lineup for next Tuesday. We're tapping at 6 o'clock like normal. We'll be doing a cask of the Oso's Black Scotch Ale, which rested on brandy-soaked oak chips. We'll be doing their Pop Whoopin' IPA on draft. We'll be doing their newly minted Great American Beer Festival gold medal winner Big O wheat beer as well on tap. And we'll be doing Convenient Distraction, which is an Imperial Porter aged on Colombian coffee beans and vanilla beans as well. So,
Okay, and today we've got the Big O,
yep.
which is their one that just won the GABF Gold for American wheat beer with yeast. So, one thing I'm interested in, when you're putting these together, how are you two, since you're not going to be sitting there plowing down a bunch of beer when you're putting the menu together, how do you two work
Well,
together on this?
It's funny. We actually got together last night and put together the menu for next week's tasting, and just kind of, I'm kind of a foodie, and you like, beer flavors. If you can't drink all the beers, we kind of just go back and forth and roll around ideas that we're interested in. I think.
yeah, I mean, I kind of just like looked through all the beers, kind of researched what their main flavors are, and kind of thought like, what could you pair that with? What could you contrast flavors with? So
Yeah, I mean, and Kyle's really good with thinking outside the box with flavors. It's easy to pair. If you've got a coffee porter, it's easy to pair a coffee flavored dessert with that. But Kyle's
Yeah.
thinking, what we can do to stretch your imagination as far as flavors go is really important, and he just does a fantastic
That makes a
job
lot of
that.
fun too. I mean,
Yeah,
Oh, definitely.
So
and
this
then-
beer here, we're gonna do some pairings. that
Yeah.
we put together this morning for it. It's 3 different pairings, right?
So yeah, the Big O we're going to be pairing with our dessert this coming Tuesday, and obviously with like a Big O, you think like citrus and
Yeah.
like orangey generally with wheat beers. So
Yeah, a little ester fruity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
so I'm I'm kind of working off those flavors and kind of a little bit of contrast with the dessert here, and that's where our pairings will come in today.
Well, I haven't had this beer in a long time.
Yeah.
But we picked it up for this because, them winning the GABF award. They were the only Wisconsin brewery this year to pick up a gold medal at the GABF. So,
and that's a big deal.
It is, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a good beer. It's really refreshing. It's light-bodied. I mean, you get like a bit of that orange in the aroma as well. I don't know how they're getting that orange flavor in there. If they're actually adding rind to it or some kind of extract.
I thought I remembered reading that that's something that they do.
Okay.
But because I get kind of like a
orange.
It's not overwhelming. But I get kind of like a mandarin orange type.
Yeah.
So Kyle introduced these couple things to hopefully enhance the flavor of this beer. We've got an orange rind, we've got orange wedge, we've got dark chocolate, and we've got fresh cut fennel. So
what do you want to start with?
You want to do a little?
Let's do the rind last because it's going to be on the glass the whole time. So why don't we just start off with like an orange slice and give that a shot? I know that's going to be a good flavor with it. So
all right, just a little on the glass or in the beer.
No, I'd say just take a bite of it. And
you got it.
Take a sip of the beer. I mean, just kind of see how they taste different before and after.
It makes so there's like a little bit of a tartness to the orange, and it makes the beer seem maltier.
Yeah. So that's like the contrast.
I mean, immediately it seems to bring up I don't know if it's the wheat flavor, but it's a breadiness to it. I mean,
it became less citrus forward as soon as you had the orange. Yeah.
Because I think it's because you got all that like overwhelming orange right away. Yeah. So when you sip the beer, you're not going to notice that as much as a flavor.
That is awesome. Orange. I mean, it's such a dramatic shift in that beer.
Yeah, and and it's not even in the beer; it's just on your palate.
Yeah, so. And it's such a. I mean, this is a very light, mild sort of beer, but it totally changed it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I agree.
That's a good idea.
All right, then next one I think we should do is the fennel here. I'm not so sure about that one, but I was just kind of curious to how that would affect the flavor.
What flavor do you associate with fennel? I always associate kind of licorice.
Yeah, it's like a
flavor.
Anise, black licorice.
Yeah.
Okay. But I've never had it in this state.
Well, this is like shaved really thin. You kind of notice the licorice the most when it's shaped like this.
Yeah, you definitely get that black licorice.
Yeah, definitely.
Very aromatic.
Wow, that smells very fresh.
Yeah.
That smells great.
Yeah, this will be a lot more subtle, I think.
It's an intense flavor, too. Although that does have a that kind of citrus aspect to it as well.
Well, fennel goes really well with oranges, too, so I kind of figured the two would be a good, like, side-by-side.
But it brings up a different thing in here again, too.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't get that wheat.
I get kind of like I don't want to say medicinal, because that's kind of a dirty word when it comes to beer, but I almost do kind of get, when those two meet each other, a little...
Exactly. I was thinking like the phenolic flavor you get from...
There you go, yeah.
And that's not in this beer at all.
No.
Because, I mean, one of the things, this beer style, what they won for was American wheat beer with yeast. It's the Brewers Association.
Now, what does that mean? Does that mean like unfiltered? Or
unfiltered wheat beer with the yeast in it. So that beer doesn't have any of those like phenolics you'd associate with like a Weizenbier or a Hoegaarden or something that's spiciness. But when you have it with the fennel, I get that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Very cool.
That's a nice match,
Yeah.
Well, what should we do next?
Well, you want to do the rind next here?
Sure. And you just do
save the chocolate for last.
Little rub on the glass for that.
Yeah, just kind of rub it around the rim of the glass. You'll kind of notice a smell more.
That adds a complexity to that beer that is just not there.
Oh, I know.
It's great. Okay, so rub this around the
just
rim of the glass.
rub it on the rim.
Yeah, I think the dessert we have planned for the
Kyle,
the
that's
event.
your doctor calling. Okay, go.
Don't do it. No, I was just going to say that the dessert we have planned for the event is going to kind of incorporate a number of these flavors, and it'll be really, I think it could be the star of the show for that event. It's going to be...
Can't say that, but I think I like the thought we had.
No pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll kind of smell more orange, obviously.
Is this the rind from the same orange?
Yeah, from the same orange, so...
Wow.
To me, that brings up that malt flavor again.
Yeah. It does, definitely.
It makes it seem like a maltier beer.
Yep.
It makes it seem richer, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does have a shift on that.
I'm
going right through this bottle here.
I know, me too.
It's really drinkable. It's great.
Yeah, it is.
You all right?
I'm fine.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I think this one's actually a winner for
Maybe
me.
you found another one?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he's on the floor of the kitchen later. Dude.
This is very nice. I mean, I can, I gotta say, I feel like, no offense to Oso, but gold medal winners maybe a little bit of a stretch, but
For this beer?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I
guess-
when I picked it up after that, I hadn't had one in quite a while, and I thought it was really very good.
I like it very much. Don't get me wrong, but I just like to stir the pot a little.
It's the only Wisconsin brewery that took a gold this year. Titletown did well. They won Large Brew Pub of the Year.
Yeah, I saw that.
One of the beers we had last week, the East Side Dark, won a medal. I think a silver for dark lager or Schwartz
Good
beer.
for them.
Yeah.
That was nice. Should we move on to the chocolate?
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
really
do the
liking the
last
orange
one
with it.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
Just enough for the chocolate there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little chocolate and fennel and see what
That might be good, too.
happens.
So what I was thinking with the chocolate was that this would be really refreshing after like a rich bite of chocolate, like just kind of wash out the mouth and.
Is there like a cherry thing in the chocolate, or am I just getting it from the?
Oh, there's no cherry.
Okay.
There's sea salt in it.
That's
Well,
nice
chocolate and orange are obviously kind of a famous combination.
Yeah. And I'm still getting this to me this tastes like Christmas.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Those
I'm still-
chocolate oranges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm still getting the some of the rind on my
Yeah.
glass still too.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely
this
kind of
is
wanted to
great.
play off that pair too, the chocolate orange.
Good idea.
Yeah. So, but again, we want to stress that we're really interested in non-traditional pairings and kind of thinking outside of the box. I mean, that's kind of where it gets to be fun. A lot of unusual ideas and really working hard to try and find which things work. And you guys are the judge and jury on that. So
It's really good.
Yeah, I decided to pair this one with a dessert because I figured it'd be good to like kind of after a big rich meal just have a lighter beer at the end of it. And
that's
gonna be like
yeah.
it's gonna be like a really like rich dark chocolate cake with a bit of orange on top. And
That's a good way to do it. Because
I figure it's just a good way to end the meal. Kind of you're gonna eat the rich dessert, then you have a lighter beer to sip on while you're finishing it.
So that's October 20th.
Yep, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. And what's the cask beer again?
It's going to be Oso's Black Scotch Ale, which is rested on brandy-soaked oak chips for a short period of time. So it's going to be a rich,
Awesome.
full-bodied beer, great for fall. And that'll be, we haven't set the price yet, but it'll be somewhere normally where it's $20 to $30 per person.
With the pairing.
Yep, exactly. With you get the 4 beers, four tastings.
But people are
So-
still free to walk through the door and
absolutely
come in and get a
buy
pint
a
off
pint.
the cask.
We
Yeah.
encourage that certainly, and we'll be doing Oso flights. So if you want to come in and try all 4 beers, you're more than welcome to do that too. So
Well, cool.
Yeah.
All right. It's been fun, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kyle,
Cheers, guys.
Kyle, thanks
for being on here.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
You're
guys.
free to pass out. Prost.